not so good news for Canon. What's up, everybody? James Jackson here, back again with another video. If you're new to my channel, I do tips, tricks, news, and reviews for the film and video making industry. So if you do like the content here, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell so you can stay up to date on all the content going forth. So yesterday was a wave of emotional roller coasters for me, for multiple reasons. Well, mainly for the R5. So you guys been following me for a while. You know I've been saying pretty much I have had little concerns for the R5's known overheating issues. And the reason why I need you guys just to understand why I can't say that. The reason why is because I was also looking at it how I shoot. Now I didn't own the camera, so while there are other people and I do valid everything that they're pointing out, I know I shoot a very particular way. And as of everything I was seeing, nobody was really showing me anything substantial that I saw that greatly affect my shooting style. So, and I knew that there was going to be solutions coming forth. We already know that Tilta is coming with a cage for the R5 that has a cooling kit in it. And there was already talks that Canon was looking into solutions. And we'll talk about other things that Canon is going for with the overheating near the end of the video. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, people are going to look at it. People are going to try to resolve it. It's not that big of a deal. So that was until Armando's video came out later on in the day yesterday. And that was the thing that really made me go, okay, there is serious problems with this camera. And it was one thing in particular, and the one particular thing is what he said regarding HDMI. And I'm actually going to let him talk. If you haven't seen the full video, go check it out. He does another great job, showing what the capabilities of this camera can do. But here is a quick video, a quick snippet of what Armando was talking about regarding HDMI.
Now, the reason that we experience overheating much faster than normal is because we were using an HDMI output. Now, when you plug in an HDMI cable into the camera, you automatically get a notification telling you that overheat control has been disabled. This is actually a big problem because in a real world production like this, it basically becomes almost unusable. In fact, for a wedding filmmaker, think about this for a second. Let's say you are filming 30 to 45 minutes of the ceremony, and then you decide, oh, they're about to kiss. Let me switch the camera to 8K mode, or let's say 4K 120. Guess what? You can't because the camera is already hot. This is a big problem.
So that to me was the thing that really brought to me concerns, because what I have been sort of talking about and when I was trying to make a point to most people was that, well, yeah, there's overheating, but if you were able to go out of HDMI and go to like a recorder, say go to a recorder, external recorder, well, you could bypass the whole you could bypass the 30-minute record limit, but also it doesn't generate as much heat. And if you combine other heating solutions, this should resolve the problem. And also, Gerald Undone actually sort of confirmed this in his Twitter storylines, where he was basically showing that he could get over an hour of runtime of 4K HQ. I believe it was like an hour 15, an hour 20 minutes before it really, before he came into the overeating issues. So I was like, okay. And he was just going out externally. He was in the standby mode. And he wasn't even using like an external battery, which is another thing that could help mitigate the cooling. So I was just like, okay, maybe there is a solution. Maybe there's a way to maybe give it up to 2 hours, potentially. But then Armando showed that basically the thing that really helps manage the heat inside this camera, their heat mitigation operation thing, is disabled the moment you send an HDMI signal, a clean HDMI signal, because Gerald actually did a live stream yesterday and essentially said, well, you can send a clean, you can send like a non-clean signal out and then still disable that mode in the camera. So basically, and I'm pretty sure that's why he was able to run as long as he did. But when he disabled it, it was generating roughly around the same time, a little bit longer, but roughly the same time, because that he was in standby mode as well. And that to me is what I was like, okay, it pretty much renders an HDMI, renders an external monitor useless with this camera. Because you're not going to record data unless you're doing, outside of doing testings, you're not going to record data to an external recorder. You're going to want to send a clean HDMI signal. But if the heat mitigation option is disabled when you do that, but the HDMI is pointless, because now you're just basically generating more heat. You're generating more heat by simply connecting it to a monitor. So this is a problem. This is a problem. And it's clear now, it's also clear that Canon is showing that it is a problem as well, because now it appears that they're now going to be basically changing they're calling back some of their informations. So let me just try to pull this up real quick so I can give this to you guys. Give me a second. Let's see here. Yeah. So let me get this up and running for you guys. 1 second. So we cut to here. You'll see Canon is now delaying the EOS R5 shipments due to overheating concerns of the report. Multiple outlets with inside information are reporting that Canon is holding back and or delaying shipments of new EOS R5 and R6 cameras as a result of overheating issues that early reviews have been reporting. This could be a sign that a recall is in the works. So, yeah, this... So basically, we may be getting so there's going to be some delays now in shipment. So what are my thoughts? Am I basically canceling my order for the R5? As of right now, no. And essentially, it's not the fact that, I'm blind to everything. No, this is a problem, and Canon needs to address this. The reason why is, one, I just got an update that my camera should be either coming as early as Sunday or as late as Tuesday. I will definitely let you guys know when the camera is. But I was like, well, since I'm already getting the camera and I'm at least going to get my hands on it, I can at least get some footages from it, test that out, as well as give you guys sample footages as well once I get the camera in hand. I kind of want to wait to hear what Canon is going to response to the overheating issues. Now, it's been told that it's supposed to happen in either up to a couple weeks, that Canon is going to make some sort of statement regarding all the different overheating issues that they have been, that reviewers have been pointing out to them. So, I'm going to give them a time to chance it, because the little footages I have seen of this camera is, it is gorgeous. Either in the 4K HQ, even the 8K. So, and honestly, I kind of want to see what the 4K, just the normal 4K looks like. I know people have been saying it's not as good as the 4K HQ or the 8K. I expect that, but nobody has said it's bad. So I kind of want to see what that camera looks like, because if it looks if the 4K looks good, okay, all right. And then if Canon shows that they're going to come up with solutions, what if it's a recall? At least I have a body in hand that I can send in and it can get swapped out. I have I have I have a merchandise to hold on to, but and I still got time to return it in the event that if I don't things that I'm hearing I'm not liking, I can return. I can just simply return the camera. So I'm holding on for right now just to do some testings, but also hear what Canon has to say. And if the signs don't look good, yeah, I'll return the camera. And look, guys, I'm always going to be straightforward with you guys. I know you guys. Some of you guys probably think I have a serious bias towards it. I don't really care for. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not. I don't have loyalty to Canon or any other camera company. I go with what camera I feel is best suited for my needs, as should everybody else. So hopefully Canon can address this because this camera still has so much potential. The ceiling for the R5 is really, really high. But yeah, so my feelings for the camera is definitely on a downward trajectory, but I'm hoping out that Canon can figure something out. But yeah, Canon dropped the ball. There's no way around it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I won't hide away from it. They did drop the ball on this. Let's look at some things that Canon should do. So one of the things Canon could do, and I made this point like when it was announced, I thought this was what they were going to do, and I don't know why they didn't do this, but if somebody else can, but essentially what I was going to say was Canon could put a fan in a battery grip, build a battery grip that basically puts a fan in the battery grip, and then basically creates passive cooling and like basically pulls out all the heat in the camera. That was one suggestions I was thinking that they were going to do. If somebody knows why that may not be a good idea, please leave a comment below. But things that they definitely should, they gotta be a way to put that heat mitigation on when you're going out externally. Otherwise, HDMI, any sort of external connection is pretty much rendered useless with this camera. Or you better find some way to deal with that overheating where it's not such a big deal going out to HDMI. So those are some things that they can do. In the meantime, what's some other things I think? Once they figure out the overheating, next thing I would love them to do is look at things that can improve it. One, get rid of the unlimited recording. I mean, get rid of the record limit. Get rid of the record limit. I agree with Simon, Ordinary Filmmaker. Get rid of the record limit. At this point in time, there's no reason to have a record limit. I know you do it to sort of protect the camera, but you already have a heat protection system in place. So there's no reason to have the record limit in the camera. The second thing I would say is like go back to getting some more video features in Canon Log 3, putting shutter angle, maybe like waveform and things like that. So those are the next things. But obviously dealing with the overheating is the main problem you should address. But then don't forget these other things. Like I said, I still have hope for the camera. I am a little disappointed in the camera because I was saying, like, if y'all remember my video back a while ago, I was saying Canon had everything in their grasp. But the key thing was I hope they didn't try to rush this to market because they saw an opening. And because I was afraid they were going to see the opening and may try to push it to market because at the time, nobody announced any competitions to the camera. So because Canon, say what you want about, the cripple hammer, as some people like to call it, at least the one thing that always was mentioned about Canon cameras was their reliability. And the point I was making was if you rush it to market and it comes across problems, you risk completely ruining the RF line. Now, that hasn't fully happened yet, but it is starting to happen. They can still address it and fix it, and I hope they do because they are needed in this competition market because this can help drive the market and help drive people to push technology forward in the camera market and really benefit us all, regardless of who you go for with camera companies. Overall, these are my thoughts. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Leave a comment. Let me know. Leave a like, please. It definitely helps the channel out. And make sure to hit the subscribe button. And until next time, take care, everyone.